it really whips the llama's ass.
Poppins.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty
Step
cool.
in time, step in time.
Yep.
Downtown Seattle and downtown Denver are great places late at night.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We have the music kilt, and we have everything ready to go. Without further ado, then, Mike, I guess you've got notes recap. So please give us a recap. We especially need it after being off for a month.
Yeah, me too. Can somebody fill me in so I can do this recap? Okay, so the group, those of us, we get together at the shop and discuss the Ashwater Enclave, which is... So previous to that, we had found one of the Ondaran refugees and arranged to put her up in a home so that she could get status outside of the refugee camp. We put her in the Ashwater Enclave, and then we find out that the Black Sun criminal empire, or I forget what you call it, syndicate, is trying to make a move on the place, which means it's not going to be at all safe for anybody we want to put there. Also, the exchange, Drade tells us that the exchange also wants us to get involved in this place. Which Montana grumbles about getting involved in more fights. We don't have to take every invite we receive. So we go to the Enclave, we talk to a manager, we fail at social roles for a while. They call a Mr. Voss. We're trying to find the owners. We can find a Mr. Voss. Jade persuades him to let us see the tunnels underneath. The tunnels are what we think the Black Sun is really interested in because they would be good for smuggling. We see that the actual infrastructure for the apartment complex itself is in terrible disrepair. Montana agrees that he could probably fix up the place if we get invested in it. When we leave, Nassar gets a call from Silly that there's an Imperial officer waiting at EDM. He's impatient, but he hands over a data device with the names of about 100 Ondaran refugees. Nassar gets to work on that. Drade asks Jarrus to be the lead on business discussions. We have a bunch of ideas for how to handle the complex. Buy it, produce a TV show. What were we thinking? All these ideas. Nassar finds that a number of the names from the list of Ondarans already live at the Ashwater Enclave. So it's even more of our problem. We go to the Ashwater Civic Trust, which is the owning group of the apartment complex. Trying to sum up here. So she says that they are in debt to a Clearwake Urban Renewal Group, which we know is the front for the Black Sun. Nassara has a trust in her name with about 4 million credits in it. So we come up with the idea, we are going to pay off this group's debt to the Black Sun, and in return, we will get an ownership stake, and we will handle all maintenance contracts for the apartments, so that our group has an income and they get the Black Sun off their property.
Then we can engage in smuggling.
So we can engage in smuggling. That's right. That's the right kind of smuggling when we do it. Also, Nassar and Asada have a new number one fan in the front desk boy. He agrees to hand over information about the residents, and that wins the RP award. So there we are.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Did that happen? Did we pay off the debt, get a stake? Did that all happen or not? Okay, not yet.
No, that was a part of the discussion. Nobody's actually done that just yet.
Okay.
So it is effectively the next day as of this point, and I will let all of you discuss how you're going to go about this, or do mundane stuff, or whatever it is that you want to do in the meantime. I think some of you have got some stuff you might want to do. Mr. Guy in the glasses.
Maybe.
Um,
You don't know me.
I like how he
I'm
looked up
going-
real quick. He's like, maybe.
I'm going to send a message home saying thank you for the allowance. It came in very handy.
Okay.
Hope he doesn't mind. I spent it all in one place.
I'm trying to find our list of.
Well, you haven't as of yet.
Oh,
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. You're gonna have to negotiate for that.
negotiate for my allowance.
No, not for your allowance.
Negotiate
You said
for
you'd
how much
already
we're-
spent it.
Right.
Because if it wasn't on the apartments, that better be one heck of a dress.
Well, it will be.
So Drade will. I'm gonna assume not everybody's like at EDM, or should we just assume that everybody is at?
Let's just go ahead
EDM in
and
the
assume,
morning.
yeah, for the time
Okay.
being, everybody just agreed, given the circumstances, meet up at EDM,
Yep.
and then go from there as needed.
Okay, cool. All right. So then Drade's like, all right. So seems like the best course of action would be to just go whole hog into using the benefits that Nasara has financially now to pay off most, if not all, of the debt that the Enclave board has with whoever the Black Sun are calling themselves these days, their front.
Well,
Anybody against this plan?
we made the offer. They haven't accepted it yet.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like we know the exact particulars. They might want more in order for us to have a full stake. We might want to be just prepared for that. But we should contact them today just to make sure that we're clear that's the course of action we want to take. Unless anybody else suddenly has a brilliant plan that we haven't thought of yet, other than spending gobs of credits and throwing that at the problem. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of credits.
I like solutions where I don't get shot at. This is new.
Fair point. That
Well,
is nice.
this doesn't guarantee we won't get shot at.
Come on, man.
That's true. This will likely draw the ire of the Black Sun, and they will probably realize eventually who exactly did that. So we'll want to be on our game. No slacking. Whenever we're traveling anywhere in the next while, we'll want to be with another person, probably watching each other's backs, especially if we go through with this particular deal.
Aren't we supposed to have like a friendly criminal syndicate to help us with that sort of thing?
Sure. Would you like to just not stay secure, though? I mean, I myself think otherwise. Don't get me wrong, the exchange has been. Can't believe I'm saying this, but they've been good to us so far. And I mean, even this job that we're doing right now with Ashwater, I mean, it aligns with our goals anyway. Not that our goals will always align, but at least they do for now. So I'm not hearing a lot of no's or other plans. It sounds like we're all in agreement. Go through with this deal.
Well, the deal that I proffered puts us in a position of management of the apartment complexes, which would benefit our interests in housing the refugees.
Right.
As members of the board, we can probably work out reduced rent and utilities for those individuals we want to help house.
We may want to make that a part of the deal instead of trying to get that type of benefit after the fact. Unless you think otherwise from experience. I mean, I'm just thinking this is all going to be a contract, and nobody likes trying to change contracts midway through them. You know?
What do you mean about adding it into the deal? Do you think they would be motivated by our altruism?
No, I mean they might reject our request. They might try to fight us on that. We're going to get an ownership stake, but I doubt that means we get to do whatever we please, whenever we please, when it comes to the property. Like, I doubt any of them could just do whatever. Like, oh, let me just renovate the entire building by myself without asking the rest of the board. And that's why it's a board.
Right.
They've got to actually vote on things, you know?
That makes sense.
So if we get that kind of leeway at the beginning, then we don't have to ask for the board's approval. We've got it already ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't have any problems.
Okay. Who wants to negotiate that deal as he looks between Jarrus and Montan?
I can play backup. Like if
So
we get into
what
the
exactly
He's gonna loom.
math.
what exactly do you want to change about the deal we proffered already?
So there's that change there, but I figure we contact them, make sure they understand this is what we're offering. They will likely want to draw up some sort of deal. I don't think everything around here is just handshake and a wink and everything's fine. We're going to have to put fingers to touchpad, make some signatures here so that not only do we enable that deal, but then we do what you just mentioned earlier, which is we can offer discounted rates for individuals we bring into the complex. Because they would just hand out discounts willy-nilly.
So you want to advise them that that is what we are seeking as partners on the board.
Yeah, it's an additional stipulation to our deal that we get that leeway along with what we're doing for them, paying off the debt, getting that ownership stake in return. Can anyone think of anything else we want to nail down, if at all possible? Now's the time to do it.
You guys are the professionals on this one, so I'll go with whatever you guys decide.
Do we want to try to refurbish some of the infrastructure? Is that part of our plan? Why do we want to do that? Besides
Well,
general safety.
we went in the tunnels and the water system and the sewer system, and like we're not talking about making the place a luxury, but we are talking about giving it clean water.
Right. I mean, I think that's important for the people who are living there, but it's going to cost money.
We could probably bring some of that up with the exchange. They might want that. You know, we might have to just kind of come to terms with the possibility that that's kind of the thing that they're going to take and then allow us to do our deal and get that ownership stake because, he's the one who brought up that it could be used for underworld purposes. Well, they're a part of that.
Hmm.
It'd be a shame of them to let that resource go. So they might be the ones that actually do the refurbishing for all we know.
Well, no, it was gonna be us. That's why we were locking down the maintenance contracts, so that we could do that and we would get paid for that.
I mean, right, I get it. As far as the the board goes, but as far as the exchange is concerned,
Oh.
I'm just saying they might want to mention that.
Contribute.
Yeah, exactly. Which,
Well,
uh,
we still have the issue of the Black Sun to deal with.
that too.
If we use the financial resources to buy into the board, and those resources are used to pay off the current debt, Black Sun no longer has the justification to buy their access to the tunnels. They're still going to want access to the tunnels.
Right.
So that may turn into a conflict versus a financial transaction.
And this is the part where Montan gets shot.
What? No.
That was
What?
my thought process leading up to that, yes.
Well, okay, let's avoid that. So then
Yes.
we'll clearly need security at the building, because the building is like the main way to access the tunnels anyway, hence why they would want that. They'd have full access. So what can we do?
Well, there's the other way too. We can lock down the access from the tunnels into the building because
Yeah.
doors open both ways.
True. I mean, might as well do both, honestly. The complex was already attacked and burglarized and vandalized. We just saw that yesterday, coming back.
We don't
So,
we don't know anybody that we could hire that we trust to do security there, do we?
Well,
No.
that may be where the exchange dovetails in.
Hmm.
If they want access and use to the tunnels, they may provide security from the tunnel side.
I'm not
Good point.
super interested in giving it to them either.
Yeah, I'm not
Right.
sure how I feel about that as well.
Like we may have a little protection racket going with them, but I don't think we're part. I don't want to be part of the exchange either.
Right. I mean, none of us does. But we are clearly
Well,
at
then-
this point in league with them. So we would have to remove ourselves from them at some point, which would take some doing. I'm not sure how that would go.
No, we're temporarily aligned at the moment.
No, we've gotten in bed with them.
They're not paying off this
the,
debt.
the longer the longer we're in contact with them, the harder it will be to break away. If the goal is to not be tied to them, then we need to break away now.
Well, I thought that's why we were using our money to buy into this thing instead of exchange money. If we were using exchange money, then yeah, they get access to the tunnels all day long because they bought it. But they didn't bought anything.
No, we're using our money because we wanted to go with a safer, more financial solution to the suggested involvement the exchange made to us to work on their behalf.
I mean, I'm fine with denying their enemies the access, and that be the favor we do for them.
Well, we'll cross that bridge if we come to it.
We're
Just a-
there.
I mean, almost. We're crossing that bridge. How about that? At the
You wanna
other
negotiate
side.
this when what's his name is standing in the building?
Well, with Montan's concern, I would say the decision right now is to decide whether we're going to cross that bridge or not.
Right.
Once we cross it, we have performed more work for the exchange, thereby putting us deeper into the exchange.
Okay. So once we do this deal with the board, and presuming that goes through without a hitch, we've got our ownership stake. If the exchange comes a knocking and says, "Hey, those underground tunnels, we want those." How do we react? What
We can
leverage do we have here?
we have access to the tunnels, and if they want access to them, if we go along with it, we can at least get a fee out of it. They can pay us. They
Yeah,
like I'm saying, they
kind of
didn't.
like that idea.
They're not paying up front for this access. We are paying for the access. It is ours.
Okay.
Void Hounds on Darn Enclave, whatever we want to think of this place as. It's not the exchange. It's not Black Sun. It's ours. We paid for it. So they
Yeah,
don't get the exchange doesn't get automatic access.
I
If
hear
we
you.
want access and we decide we want to give them access and thereby become culpable in whatever they do with that access, they need to pay credits.
And if we
Exactly.
were dealing with legitimate businessmen, I would 100% agree with you. That's, of course, how we would do it. However, there's the chance that they counter with, "Give it to us, or else we bring others with blasters."
Then we destroy it.
How do you think they'd react to that then?
Well, they wouldn't need it anymore.
Well, we would definitely be in war with them, and I don't think we need that.
And then we'd leave Terrace. And we take all of our Undaran friends with us.
But the exchange is not just on terrorists.
Yeah, neither's the rebellion. We're not independent here. I mean, we are somewhat independent, but it's not like we don't have friends too.
Right.
Stop cowering before these people. We are a force against the Empire. Remember what we were doing before we came here? We've been all over the galaxy fighting the Empire of all people. I'm less scared of the Exchange than I am of the Empire. They have Star Destroyers. The Exchange doesn't. They could kill me. I'm not saying they can't, but you know, I was already fighting people at that scope before we came here, right? We all were.
Sure. Okay. We were just mentioning before that it was nice not having to fight.
I
But
would rather
if we're
not.
fine to have at it if it comes to that, okay.
This,
Well, if I'm going to fight, I would much rather fight the enemy, which
Okay,
is the
so-
Empire.
So then I'm going to turn this whole conversation on its ear, because Montan's point is extremely valid. We didn't come here to run a business and become a criminal organization to fight against other criminal organizations.
Right.
We have not been fighting the Empire since we've come here. We've been playing house.
I agree.
So
We
how do you
have
propose to change that?
Not just house. I'll just point out we have improved people's lives. We've even saved one or two. So it's not as if we haven't been doing anything. Granted, we're not going directly against the Empire like we have been, but it isn't nothing. Just keep that in mind.
No, but we could still be affecting those people's lives without trying to run a business here. The reason
Fair.
we wanted to select a business was to give us
A
a legitimate
platform.
reason to be not in the Tapani sector,
Right.
and distance us from the house. But it was never to establish roots and become pillars of the community.
and that's what I think. If we, the more enmeshed we get with the Exchange, the more roots that is. I would rather stay somewhat independent. Our little repair business is good. It's bringing in money. The apartment complex will bring in money. You know, we still have a capital ship. We haven't been down there in a while. We have that thing to farm. That's going to bring us money. But I would rather let the Sun and the Exchange do their own thing aside from us. You know, we can, you know, the Exchange is the more powerful group. We can help them by preventing the Black Sun from getting access to those tunnels, and then they can go play the rest of their game somewhere else.
Yeah, I have to agree with Montan. I really do not want to be the sword for the Exchange. It's not why we came here.
Okay.
Then we need to pull up shop and break connections.
Well, Saris and Nasara, what do you two think about this?
Well, I thought the purpose of settling here was to establish a home base from which we had a platform of resources that we could use to finance our own maneuvers against the Empire.
The
And
problem is, though,
as such,
it's not
granted, it
staying
takes
that.
time.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Perhaps we want to be less involved in the local politics, but I can imagine if we do re-energize our efforts abroad, they could perhaps be traced to us here. And so whatever base we are developing here needs to be safe. So I understand that it takes time to develop these kind of resources. And maybe that's why we need to play nice with the locals, at least to an extent. But how do we envision?
There's playing nice, and then there's being their lackey, and so far we've become their lackey.
Well, how do you envision moving forward from here and taking the fight again?
Honestly, I think, we do have an interest in, helping your people, and so we've gotten this place with our own money, whether they suggested it or not. We paid for it. We have a shop, we have an apartment complex. We are handling stuff that doesn't affect the Black Sun or the exchange. They're trying to make it affect them. They're trying to tell us it affects them, but it doesn't need to. And we can primarily operate independently, and we'll keep paying the exchange their protection money. That's fine. I don't, they are the power here. Let them collect a little cash. That's not my problem. But I don't want to get into every time Devin Score shows up, we say yes sir and jump to whatever he needs. I don't want to, just because we gain something doesn't mean it belongs to the exchange. They don't own us.
Exactly.
So this isn't going to be the exchange's part.
But if we continue to pay them, they will own us. And if we want to use this as a base of operations, that puts us in extreme danger.
I never thought we were going to use this as a base.
What was your vision of settling
because
here?
we had a conversation at one point about those of you that belong to the house are going to keep living on Pelagon. I was going to live here and run a repair shop. We had that talk.
Yeah, I had not planned on sitting
Out of character,
roots
I was
here.
not here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. The rest of us had that talk.
Yeah, because the way I was understanding it, guys, was that this was going to be a means to fund our fight against the Empire. Montan did talk about sitting down roots. I would prefer not to sit down roots. I prefer to stay closer to what I now call home.
Well, it's because I can disappear in the merchant class here, or in the tradesman class.
Sure.
This is good cover for me.
This is more up your alley than it is any of ours.
So it sounds like we're at a turning point right now after we deal with acquiring our stake in the Enclave.
Let's see how that goes first.
Yeah.
Well, I would say we're at a turning point before we establish our stake in the Enclave. If we establish a stake in the enclave, then the exchange will expect us to operate for them through the enclave because it was their suggestion that we do it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right.
So
Here's the question: do we undo everything that we've done so far? Pack up shop, say sorry, Undarans, and head back to wherever we're going, or do we try to make a difference here where we can? Bite our lip sometimes if we need to when it comes to the exchange. Or secret option number 3, a mix of the two, and put our foot down if the exchange makes demands, and see if we can bargain our way around them.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't mind putting our foot down.
that's what I've
I-
been saying is
Yeah.
that
My
I like that
concern
idea. If we can
then
pull it off.
then we need to not go on the offensive with the Empire.
At least not for now.
That's the crux of this issue on the grander scale is if we continue activities against the Empire,
Well, I'm going to
then the
continue
exchange
activities.
will know. The exchange will know who we are and where we are.
wait,
And if
how
it
would they
is
know
to
what
their
we're doing against the Empire?
benefit,
How
if
would
the Empire
exchange-
traces it back here, then the exchange will know.
Well, that's always been the danger. If the Empire traces us back to wherever we are, right? If they wow. If they trace us back to Pelagon, then they trace us back to Pelagon. That has always been part of the deal.
I mean, that's never been a,
Right,
a
but
secret for us.
the other side of that coin is the exchange, if it benefits them, will turn on us.
Hmm.
So if they find out our activities because we're based out of here and they're paying attention and they're interacting with us, then they may decide that selling that information or selling us out is more to their benefit than us helping.
Well, I don't think we should be officially based out of here. I think we should be officially based out of Pelagon like we've always been.
Yeah.
We just have, some operations here.
Well, the whole point of coming here was to distance ourselves from the house so that it didn't come back on my cousins.
I see.
Well,
I
I
thought it was setting up a
thought we were.
secondary income in case House Pelagon fell or got, something
Well, and I
happened.
also thought that we were kind of laying low for the fact that we just escaped from their grip, and trade was forced to kind of give a few secrets out. And so I thought this was a way for us to kind of lay low, but also establish, a business trade like Montan wanted, but we still continue to be under contract with Pelagon.
Okay. So we're looking at a few different things here.
Because to be honest with you guys, I'm not going to stop fighting the Empire. That has always been my goal since Order 60.
Yeah.
Order 60. I told you I'm tired of laying low.
Okay.
I don't care if they know my name, but I do know that a lot of you do.
Okay. So this place that we have now, EDM, it is going to be a source of income. If we enact this deal, that will be another source of income, and we could eventually, probably rapidly, leave here, and that's passive. We become capitalists and we start earning some revenue there. But we can also stay here and try to help the Undarans. But the longer we're here and the more that we do, the more we're going to interact with the exchange. So those interactions, it sounds like that's kind of the real issue here. We don't want to be too entangled with them. If they weren't here, we could do whatever we wanted here, making sure that everything's fine. But they are the true obstacle here, even though we're allying temporarily with them. So I think
Yeah.
maybe focusing on buttering up those relationships so that we can make sure that we're on a good end and on good standing at the same time. It's going to take some diplomacy, negotiating, making sure we put our foot down at the right times for the right reasons when we're dealing with the exchange, but it can be done. We've been through worse. Like what Montan said, we fought more powerful enemies. We've taken our lumps, but then we recover and we come back swinging. So, if that's the way we want to do it, I think we can do it. We just have to be prepared to move when we need to move, if that's what it takes.
Agreed.
I don't believe that viewpoint works because we're dealing with a currently present criminal syndicate. Once you accept membership, they expect you to follow their directives.
Do
We're
we
not-
have a
We don't get
membership?
to dictate to them. Yes, we pay them. We bought in.
That doesn't make us
No,
part
that
of the
was
syndicate. That
protection.
makes us,
We hired them for protection, I thought.
And we're not part of them.
No.
We just need to walk the line carefully with this deal so that they know that we're not going to continue to jump.
I mean,
Right.
we're not paying them a tithe.
Sure. Okay. I hear what you're saying, Jairus. And in a lot of
I promise not
circumstances,
to
I'd
say I told you so later.
No.
appreciate it.
You can if it needs to be.
Okay.
I mean, I think every shop owner is paying them protection in this district. That doesn't make them all part of the exchange.
But
Sure.
it also doesn't mean in the sense that when they come to us making suggestions and requests and we say, yes, we did it or we're doing it, that's different than the business owner just giving the money. And we have done that twice now.
Well, yeah, we've taken jobs from them. That doesn't mean that they own us.
Hold on. What jobs have we taken from them?
Well, we're
I don't know,
helping them
Shelley-
with this
Shelley, mind
particular.
went blank.
They are
Situation.
also interested in this outcome, but what jobs have
Right.
we taken from them? Nothing, other than they just also happen to be interested in this. But our interest in this apartment complex is not because the exchange told us to. Our interest is we want to help the Ondarans and we need a place to house them. And the Black Sun are currently in our way. So getting them out of our way, yes, helps the exchange, but we're not doing it for them. We're not doing it because they told us
Technically,
to.
the Black Sun is not in our way. If they owned the apartment complex, it would still be an apartment complex that we could rent an apartment in.
Yeah, but then they'd have a greater hold over us because then they'd be the
No, they
landlord
wouldn't.
to a bunch of the people we're trying to help.
Well, I
no,
think-
no more of a hold than you say we don't have with the exchange because we're paying them protection money.
We're paying them a pittance.
Well, you
for
know,
renting
and
an
I
apartment
think
in
Jairus is
their-
also. Sorry, Jairus, go ahead.
Renting an apartment in a building they own doesn't mean you're part of Dark Sun, but and that they have any kind of influence other than if we don't pay, they will come after us for rent. But
Ultimately, we're going to have our perspectives here on what the relationship is between us and the exchange. That doesn't alter how they might see it. It is a possibility that they'd see that as more. It is possible that they don't see it as more. We'll deal with that as it comes. I think we can do it. So, I'll go ahead and
so again, their request for us to fix their Dark Sun issue is a direct implication that we are part of the criminal syndicate.
We were doing that anyway, whether they asked us to or not.
They're just benefiting
No, we
from it.
weren't.
Yeah, because we put what's her name, the woman we put in there.
We rented an apartment, yes, but they came to us and said, we don't want Dark Sun using the tunnels.
Okay.
And while you're looking that up, Mike,
Silver Dawn.
your comm badge chimes.
Picard.
Yeah.
Who is it?
It's Vix, one of the ladies you guys hired for the shop.
Oh, okay. We're like
She
in the
says,
back row.
yeah, she, well, I mean, yes, but she's up front and
Right.
she knows when the door is shut and you're all in there. You don't have to hang a sign. That's do not disturb. She says, boss, we've got somebody here for a custom part job. Didn't know if you wanted to take it or something. It sounds kind of technical.
All right, yeah, I'll be right up. I'll hang up and
Okay.
well, I want to go do a bit of, I want to go see what's going on out there, but I've said my piece, so.
Right.
Okay. Well, Montan, you walk out in the front, and there's a guy, looks like, he's a racer or a pilot of some kind. He just regularly wears like a flight suit, got like, a satchel over one shoulder, clearly has a pistol, kind of relaxed, leaning against the counter. Human. So Vix, says, this is our top mechanic. I'm sure you can ask him whatever questions that you have.
Yeah, ask away. What you got?
Okay, so he kind of turns and he looks down a little bit at your height, and he says, Ugnot?
What? I'm a bobbin, sir.
He says, sorry. The apron kind of threw me. I was told Ugnots always wear aprons.
I mean, yeah, but so do a lot of people.
I don't know if you ever saw the Greenmore, the Inbred Jedi.
No.
That was one of the random comments that Lando threw out. He's all, Ugnots wear tiny aprons!
I'm incensed.
My cape is purple! Anyway, so he said, so he pushes around some old school paper of what he has drawn up, and he says, I've got a custom job that I'm looking to get installed, and I was told that you were, or at least somebody here was a whiz with machinery.
I'm going to spread out the paper and see what he's trying to do.
Okay. It at the top it says a radionic vector injector. And why don't you give me a repulsor lift repair check?
So I just discovered that skill existed. I don't have it yet. I'll go base technical.
Sure.
I'm going to get it after this game.
So this is your reason for getting it then?
Yes.
Which skill was it?
Repulsor lift repair.
I only have operation. I was going to be really
19.
excited.
Okay, not bad. So if you're looking at this correctly, it looks like what it does is it's kind of like an alternator, but for fuel. It something about the I don't want to say internal combustion, but essentially something about the internal mechanism, when the fuel first gets in and comes back out, magnifies the output
Okay,
by potentially up to 50%.
that's a lot.
It essentially making anything repulsor lift, or if thrown in like a swoop bike, god awful fast.
It's a turbine for plasma.
Mhm.
Have I seen anything like this before? Like, did this guy just invent something new?
It's not so much new, but the design of it, the way it's put together is. Normally, these particular pieces, something of this nature would be like 3 times larger, which is why you generally don't see it in speeder bikes and of the sort.
All right. I'll just be like, very interesting, very interesting. Yes, I would like to work on this. It's going to take some testing. I've never seen one this small. The science looks good, but like, it's not going to be a quick turnaround. We have to build this thing.
He says, all right, well, how is, he says then, how does 7,000 credits strike you?
I mean, does that strike me as good?
Well, if you compare that to like vehicles and whatnot, you can actually buy speeder bikes for that
I
much.
full swoop with that, yeah.
Yeah, for just the part.
Is it going to sound? Is it going to be bad if I don't haggle?
Well, I mean, you're the one that's got a good bargain. I'll let you roll that to determine if that's the case.
Yeah, let me roll business just to see how I should approach it.
Sure.
Or, bargain, I have 6, but whatever. I rolled a 15 on the business.
Okay. Yes and no. In this particular case, he's asking you to make what is essentially a prototype piece. I mean, you could attempt to haggle up if that's the case, but you could also consider that a loss leader to try and drive in more business as well.
Yeah, I'll make all the appropriate sounds like I'm fighting with myself about it, but I'll agree to the 7,000.
Okay. He says, and about what time can I expect the first test?
Did the parts look easy to come by?
Most of them. There are a couple pieces internally you're going to have to actually fashion yourself.
Okay. I'll tell him, give me about 4 days to either acquire or manufacture some of these pieces, and check in with me. I'll tell you how the progress is going.
All right, sounds good.
And thank you, sir. And
Okay. He pays half of it up front, and the name listed is Tarik, Tarik.
Trying to it sounds familiar, but I think I might just be thinking of Terrace.
Or Merrick, my son.
Or Merrick, yeah. Or Garrick from DS9. All right, so I'm gonna.
He would be fun to have. Kind of.
Where are my people? I'm going to get Vexa. I want to get Vexa looking at it too.
Okay.
I'm going to hand it to her and have her start ordering parts and stuff, the stuff that can be ordered.
Okay.
And I'll go back to the room with the team.
Okie doke.
Is business good?
business is great. I have a prototype to make.
Okay, nice.
Well, that sounds kind of exciting.
It is. This guy figured out how to do how to miniaturize fuel injection on swoops.
Oh, yeah, that's handy. Less weight. Yeah, I could see that. That'd be great. Well, okay. Now that you're back, Jarrus has his backup. I'll go ahead and make the call here. So, Drade will contact that lady that we were talking to with who was a part of the board, and really to just like confirm what we want, and then I'll be passing that off to Jarrus and Montan to negotiate.
So you're talking about Nira,
Yeah, that
Nira
was
Talvos.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So you patch you patch it through. You can see on the video link that she is in her office, and she says, "Mr. Drade, how can I help you?"
Yes, Miss Telvos, thanks for taking my communique. Um, First, we're just wanting to confirm that you were taking us seriously when we mentioned the desire to pay off the debt that you currently have for an ownership stake in the building.
Okay. Walk me through what it is you're proposing.
The proposal is we understand you have that debt that if you're not able to pay off, you'll need to forfeit what you own.
Mm-hmm.
We are capable of fronting the money given that the debt that you have isn't too high. We'd be willing to pay that off in full right away. And in turn, EDM would then have a stake in ownership in the building.
How much of a stake?
99%.
1 billion%. Well, let me ask you this. I know there are multiple members of the board. How many shares is it currently divided into? Is it an equal stake each, or are there different amounts per person?
Uh, she says no. It's held by a trust in which uh, I'm the primary trustee.
I see. So then are the other board members also trustees?
In lesser standing, but yes.
Well, So he looks to Jarrus and Montan, goes, what seems fair?
Well, ultimately, what we're interested in goes back to that altruistic plan that we wish to discuss with you initially. We would like to have representation on the board that would allow us to negotiate with the other members. What's the word I wish to use? Complementary uh, rents and utilities for the refugees and other people that we wish to help house. That is our ultimate goal: is to be able to influence the rents um, and ultimate costs for our represented individuals. We're not looking for a financial return necessarily, as much as the ability to negotiate fairly and honestly with the board for our charity.
Okay. At face value, that sounds fine, but you have to understand why I'm a little concerned. I don't know if I'm trading one devil for another.
Certainly. And in this regards, we're not asking for any ability to influence the direction of the business beyond negotiating fairly for rent reduction. We're not trying to control anything.
Why don't you go ahead and roll your bargain?
All right, bargain. Let's bargain well here, dice roller. Ooh, well, I'll take it for a total of 13.
Okay. I mean, you see that she mulls it over and she says I'd be happy to look at updating the documentation if you have time later on today.
Excellent.
Certainly. Obviously, contracts will need to be written up. We would trust your solicitors to write those documents, and we'd be happy to review them and discuss them with your solicitors.
Okay. I then basically she gives you a time frame for like 4 hours from now.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Talvos. We'll see you 4 hours hence. Goes ahead and ends the communication.
Okay.
All right. All right. Not bad. So, got 4 hours. Rest, relax.
So, Cirrus, you've been kind of quiet through all this. What is. Do you have an opinion on what we were discussing?
I think what we're doing is correct. We either put the money towards it or we risk getting into a very big fight. But it is not my coin or credit, so I will follow what you guys are doing.
File transfer begun, Commander.
All right.
Am I not uploading stuff? Just kidding. You hear that?
Okay.
My type of problem solving is more on the fighting side of things or the infiltrating side of things.
Yeah.
I'm not very business minded.
That's kind of where I'm at too. I usually let them do the business. I just like to swing my saber,
I like giving people the business.
and I do it very well.
I like a bit of both.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you need me to get in somewhere to get something, point me at the building. Otherwise, I'll just make sure that the Enclave or the Black Sun don't come sneaking around here trying to get into our business.
Good to know. Excellent.
So how long do you think? How much longer are we going to stay here?
Well, it depends on how much help we want to be to these Andaran refugees. At least any that we can find. I know that's been our quest ever since getting here, more or less. Nasara, how much more effort do you want to put into that endeavor?
I think we can dovetail them together. Perhaps when we're here, then we work on that and until we have a new job, and then take care of the new job, come back and work on the refugees again. It's going to take time to find them, so
Right. And Saris, I know some of that was a part of one of your initial missions, being attached to our team. Um, how much effort would you be putting into it? Do you agree with Nasara, or if we take off for a bit, would you be staying here to pursue that?
Originally, it was just to gather information. And if I get called back, then that's where I go. Otherwise, I stay with you guys and provide support.
Okay, good to
And it'll
hear.
probably get a little easier. If we get this place, we'll be helping several Andarans, and then it's its own thing. The Andarans will talk to each other, and they will come seeking us out, as opposed to the other way around.
And Drade, your data pad chimes.
Well, it's going to be nice having you with us, Cirrus, because since you are good at going in and getting things, we kind of tend to get taken and need taken back out.
Dre picks up his data pad. What's it say?
It says, "Give me 1 second and check Facebook."
Oh,
You get captured a lot?
Some of us.
It
Well,
happens.
keep that in
I'm-
mind.
I was kind of sort of kidnapped. Drade was sort of kind of kidnapped.
hey, what happens on the Mist Planet stays on the Mist Planet. We discussed this.
I mean, doesn't everybody? Who
I
among
have
us has
never-
never been kidnapped?
Been kidnapped, but I'll definitely make sure to keep an eye on you all.
It's okay. You're new here.
If you're missing for more than a few hours, I'll be like, oh, did they get kidnapped? Let's find out.
Does a attempted kidnap count?
Montana
no,
Montana
attempted
is standing up on the what are the platform with the rope around his neck, and he's just looking over to Sarah. So he's like, "First time."
First time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Montan is going to go to work. He's going to actually do shop stuff and work
Okay.
on the piece.
So he starts doing that. What is everybody else doing?
I guess I will see what else I can find out about the refugees on my list.
Okay.
I go outside and actually look around to make sure nobody's actually scoping out our
Out the
our
shop.
place.
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hang out across the street.
After looking at the file that came through on his data pad, he's going to walk over to Jairus and take him aside and show it to him. And when he shows it to him, it's a video file with Korsek inspecting the skipping Minok with a question mark in the text. And it looks like this is from our contact with the Enclave.
I expect port inspections are fairly common, but there's no reason to inspect the ship.
We might want to go over there and see what they're doing, see if they have questions. And since it's your ship, I'll go with you, of course.
We should
Yeah, I'll
definitely.
lend a hand.
Yeah,
Why don't we all go?
Make sure that they're
Montana.
not. Make sure they're not adding to our cargo.
well, the real question is, do any of you have anything on board that should not be found?
No, I always keep them with me.
I think I got all my things off the ship.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would have. Anything that I keep my weapon with me. So, I mean, regardless, if they're looking around your ship, they suspect it for something, or they're planning something. Should probably find out what's going on.
Or they were told to look around my ship.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
All right. Anybody wants
She'll
to come?
go out. She'll go out and tell Cirrus that she might get to smash some heads together.
Oh, all right. I'll go with you.
Thought you might like
I mean,
that.
just to keep you guys from getting kidnapped. You know, that's
Of course,
now
of
my main
course.
job.
Of course.
Do you want us all to go?
If you like to come, go for it. But I know you've got work here, so you choose.
You don't want to get shot at, so
I mean, it's not like it would be the first time. I'm willing to be shot at. I just don't want it to happen.
no. See, now that's a whole nother story there.
Tell you what, keep your ears peeled, and if you hear blaster fire, come running.
Yeah. Well, you got comm links. So.
Yeah.
If I could suggest and request that we do not start a blaster war with Corpsec.
Right.
They are also an interstellar organization.
Criminal syndicate.
Jairus, you take the fun out of everything.
Jerome, I'm going to use my comm link to call the Imperial that we worked with, who works at the Port Authority.
Okay, do you have his name?
Yes. And
That's her.
The better,
I have to find
the better
it.
question is, did you
It's a
pull up your
boy's
character
name.
sheet? Yeah, I know. And it's a boy's name. Ping, ping.
If we do get in a war with them, we just tell them we're Enclave, and then we just get out of there. Oh, we're just Enclave. Bye.
I meant the exchange, not Enclave. Sorry.
Oh, exchange. Goodbye.
The exchange will hear about this.
I'm telling my exchange on you.
Lieutenant Vask.
There you go.
He probably has a first name, but it might be Lieutenant.
My Imperial has a first name.
It's OSCAR. My Imperial has a second name. It's MAYER. Its last name is plain to see. It's 95% fat free.
Nice.
My cat is very cute.
That's not part of the song.
Sorry, I stopped. Yeah, I'm going to call Lieutenant Vask.
Okay. So there's a ring for a second or two as it's like patching through, and then you hear, "Hello, who is this?"
This is Nasara Torinar.
Hold one moment, please. And you can hear there's some like chatter in the background and some, soft sounds of computer bays kind of humming and whatnot. Then you hear the sound of a door open and close. Miss Tornar, why are you calling me directly, ma'am?
I beg your pardon. We received a notice that our ship is being inspected. I wondered if you could tell me if there's anything to be concerned about.
Okay, why don't you roll command or con?
I just bought that.
Oh,
I need.
See, Brittany, spending points is good.
She's just now more of a badass.
Right.
Oh gosh. Discord. Hurry up and download. Nope, it's installed. Okay. We'll use my phone. Star Wars rules. If I got that wrong. Do the do I?
I'm sorry, you're kind of breaking up there.
Oh, it's because Discord is loading. There we go. 14.
Okay. So he says, this is highly irregular of a request. Is this coming from Lord Tornar directly?
This is coming from me, sir.
One moment. And you hear the door slide open again and, close behind him. And you hear, some, tapping
And
away
he-
sort of thing. And then you hear him call out to somebody. He says, "Private, bring me, such and such file or something like that." And right away, sir. He kind of goes, somebody goes like marching off in the background, and he says, "Corsec. We have a Corsec inspection logged through Port Authority. Looks like they're looking for spice."
Spice?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there some kind of a tip that it was carrying spice?
There's nothing amended to the note, but the search is off calendar, which means that could very well be the case.
Does this happen often?
Roll again.
Or stupid Discord is still loading. $17.
Nice. Okay. He says, well, I don't know how much you know about Port Authority and the powers at play on here on Terrace, but it would not surprise me if somebody in Corsec was tipped off with a glove full of credits, ma'am.
I see, the typical way. I'm gonna kind of glance to the team to see if they have any thoughts.
Well, we'd better go find out what the grounds are for what they're doing. See if we can convince them that we're on the up and up.
Okay, so I'll go back to the comm and say, I appreciate the information, sir. I didn't hear anything from you.
Much appreciated. And so he disconnects the line. Sure.
Did we piss off somebody that I'm not aware of?
It sounds like somebody probably bribed Corsec to investigate the Minoc.
Yeah, let's go counter
So-
that, shall we?
Yeah.
The likely culprit is Dark Sun, but there's, I would probably say, a 25% chance that it was the exchange.
Yeah, the timing is pretty suspicious.
It is indeed.
I'm
Although-
going to stay,
All right.
and if you guys
Yeah.
don't check in by the time of that meeting, I'll go to the meeting.
Okay.
Actually, I should probably go to my ship alone.
I mean, we can happen to go to the port at the same time as you.
I think you
But
should
we-
have at least Drade or I with you.
Don't we have another ship there too?
Yes,
What we were
but
calling
we
the
don't
people
all want to
mover?
get arrested at the same time.
We'll walk
That's what we have
separately.
Cirrus for.
Yeah, we'll arrive in a staggered manner. You head in first. The port is a big place. We'll be close enough to keep watch. If we
Well,
need to
if-
intervene, we will. Or if you need us, just let us know.
If Corpsec was bribed to, or just informed to do the search, then they're going to find what they're looking for. So whoever shows up to my ship and is associated with my ship will be arrested.
We'll have to see what we can do about it.
I am going to look up applicable laws, Jerry,
Okay.
because along the way I picked up law enforcement.
Nice.
So I'm gonna.
I have some bureaucracy.
Which would be appropriate as well.
Basically, I'm going to call up the laws about search and seizure and port. You know, what can happen. I'm going to send it all to Jairus's data pad
Okay.
so that he's armed with applicable laws if it comes up.
Some legalese.
Yeah. I'm going to roll it.
Yes, please.
And I got a 17 on bureaucracy.
Nice.
No!
I didn't find anything.
Okay.
And I'm out of rerolls, so sorry.
I can give you a reroll, but it won't work for this apparently.
Man, I thought I've had rerolls on that sheet for months.
Whoops.
There you go. Anybody else need a reroll?
I used up my reroll last game, so I am
Okay.
currently
Well,
out.
when it cools down, I can give you one.
Okay.
I got enough to share.
Well,
And if I
whoever-
wrote the passenger's bill of rights or something. Here you go. This should help.
Whoever goes with you, they're going to realize the risk they're taking on. And yeah, we're not going to let you get, thrown in the pokey all by your lonesome. We're going to try to stop that as much as possible.
But that means taking on a interstellar law enforcement agency, which is not necessarily what we want to do either.
Sure, but we can talk our way through it or do something else. Trust us. We're on your side.
I do trust you, but I also know that roadblocks are being put in place for this deal that we proffered.
Yeah?
So if all of us are tied up in legal matters like that, we can't make the deal.
There'll be enough of us around to make the deal. I think we can do it. And I get where you're coming from, but I just hate leaving you alone. And just if things don't go well, then they don't go well. Whereas if we're with you, I just kind of think there's a better chance that they will.
Then we all get warrants for our arrests. All right.
Wouldn't be the first time.
First time.
Warrants for our arrest on a planet where we're trying to do business.
I've got the death penalty on 12 systems.
He doesn't like you. I don't like
I
you.
don't like you.
All right. Well, then those of you who are going, you're going down to docking ring 12. I think it's where. Yeah, docking ring 12. Had that right. Okay. So it's kind of funny. Occasionally, I can hear my voice on the TV in the living room.
Nice.
So, hang on a second. Mindy.
Oh, is Mindy there with you?
Hello, Mindy.
Mindy!
Now she hates us all.
Yes.
You're right.
I don't know who your friends are, but they're jerks.
Usually takes about 12 seconds to catch up on a delay. Anyways. I think she just heard it. Anyways. As you, we'll skip the pleasantries, but as you take hail a speeder cab and get over to docking ring 12, you can actually see that the Corsac at this point, as you are approaching Jarrus, seems to be pulling out 2 cargo pallets from the Skipping Minoc.
Yep, I knew it.
All right. Before we close the distance, what do you want to do?
Well, the Force could be with us, and I could convince them that something else has happened. Or we see if they're maybe willing to take a counter bribe, since it's clear that they were bribed in the first place. It's more negotiating.
And the supposition is they have not called it in to their superiors yet.
Right. Well, especially because they'd have to explain how they got this tip, and they got it, under the table. Hopefully, we've gotten here in time. Who all went with us?
I'm there.
Okay.
Brazenly
I
balls
think
forward.
Sarah
Here we go.
is there
One sec,
too.
right back.
I think everybody but me.
Right.
You got a job to do.
I have other reasons for not wanting to go mess with Corpsec too, so
You don't want to get shot.
Right.
that as well.
Establish this. Don't get on there.
She didn't hear it. She's asleep.
Aw.
Oh,
She crashed. She only had like an hour or 2 sleep last night.
Oh, geez.
So
Oh, lame.
that's okay. Let's let her rest. Although it would be interesting to see, since she can hear us still talking in her sleep, if she ends up having like a weird dream or something. I'll have to ask her about that.
People were calling my name.
I know. I don't know why.
There, and you were there, and you were there.
So, what'd you guys decide?
Brazenly balls forward. So, Jarrus is going to pull out his data pad, set it to record, but not start the recording yet. So, as we're walking up and the Corpsec guys have like their hands on the pallet jack or whatever they're using to move the pallets, he's going to call out a "hey," and then after he gets like the moment of their attention, then he's going to lift up his data pad and start recording.
Okay.
And so then he's going to be, excuse me, exactly who gave you permission to put those pallets on my ship? And that's how I'm
So-
starting the conversation with them.
Sure. Okay. So they turn and see you. There's 7 of them, and one man, motions to apparently pull another one off, and he turns and looks at you and he says, "You would be the owner of this vessel, correct?" He's looking at the what appears to be like the ownership records on his datapad.
I am. That is my ship. It's my personal vehicle.
He says, "I don't suppose you have a reasonable explanation as to why we're pulling off illegal spice from the inside of your transport?"
Of course, I don't have a reasonable explanation for why you're pulling off spice from my transport, because obviously you're putting it on.
And so he gives you kind of a sneer at that point, and then sets the data pad into a holster on his side. And he says, "Well, Mr. Wenz, you are currently under arrest by the authority of Corsac for illegal transportations of narcotics across intergalactic boundaries. Please put your hands up into the air."
While
And
I
several
recognize
guards
your
pull
authority,
out weapons.
while I recognize your authority, I claim that those pallets were never transported on this vessel, and you have put those pallets on this vessel in order to find them.
And he says, "Interesting. Well, that's going to be for you to take up at court, not a debate here in the hangar. So put your hands above your head." And again, other members have stopped doing what they're doing and have pulled blasters.
And I'll raise my hands above my head with the data pad. As you
Okay.
obviously haven't denied my allegation, we'll consider that as acceptance of my allegation. And I need this data pad entered into evidence.
And he kind of laughs and he notates down and he says, "Sovereign intergalactic citizen, noted." And so
Can I get the hacking?
What's that?
Can I hack in?
Not from there, no.
Okay.
Because you're not with them, correct?
No, I'm trying to remotely hack into the port.
I mean, if you want to try and hack into like the port, cameras and audio feed, you can certainly try that.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, go for it.
That's what T4 is trying to do.
Had to make sure you understood that.
The correction is noted. Did anybody else walk up with Jarrus?
No, he told us not to.
Okay,
I
so
am
he's the only one step
nearby,
forward?
but I didn't walk up with
No,
him.
Yeah,
Never
I'm
said
near.
anything like that.
Oh, I think you said I want to go to my ship alone. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
I should at least take Drade with you, but
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, so I would have been like standing back first off to see like what was going to happen, and so probably close enough to hear what they're doing. So then, let's see here. So then those who are there with me are Nasara and
me
Asada. Okay.
And me.
and Sirius.
And Sarah's
Okay.
okay. So everybody but Montan is there.
Drade's there with his women.
Jarrus has walked all the way forward. You guys have hung back.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So then he looks at his teamers who's there, like, okay, 7 of them there. Fighting is not a good option here.
I knew this was what was happening. I knew they put
Set
something
the
on.
spice on fire. No evidence. No arrest.
Why doesn't everybody? Or actually, wait a minute. Why don't
I don't have grenades.
Why doesn't Asada and Drade give me perception checks?
Okay.
Or not perception, sorry, investigation.
Do some mind juju. What do you...
This is not the spice you are looking for.
I mean, that's probably what
Before
we'll
we
end
rolled
up
a
doing
1,
pretty
but
soon.
I just want to have him just keep at it. Actually, first I want to have him set up some security so it's not traced back to us. Let's do that.
Okay. So make a roll then.
Ew, excuse me. I gotta remember how to roll. It's been too long.
11.
Let them get theirs out of the way first.
I'm getting there. I have to remember how to do this. I think I did it right.
Slash.
No, I
W.
did not. God. Ugh, these dice bots. Isn't it?
WEG.
Yeah, and oh wait a minute. I think I
Just
used the
put
wrong
the
one.
whole number, and then if it's a plus, it's a space +1 or whatever.
It's the
Yeah, don't do the D.
WEGD6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's just 3D plus
Not
it's
the
3D.
D.
Don't put in a
Just
D.
the number.
Oh,
And
and then
then
plus
space
2.
plus whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
18.
Nice.
Nice. So Asana, as you guys are quickly trying to think, okay, well, Jairus has walked into potential handcuffing at this point. You quickly realize that if either you or Drade try to do like a Jedi mind trick or something, there's cameras here. It will be caught. It will look, maybe not up front, but on the back end, it's going to look suspicious.
I'm not sure what we can do.
I got a 26 on my investigation.
Nope,
Oh my gosh.
that's me.
I'm
got a
looking real hard.
You got a 19.
You got a 19.
Yeah.
Oh, 19?
Montaigne
Oh,
got the 26, but still a good roll.
Very good roll.
Yeah. So, Cirrus, you also, you notice that the,
Oh yeah, you're supposed to just read as mine did.
the Corset guards that are here, now that you've paid attention, they're actually wearing heavier armor. They expected a fight.
Is the armor legitimate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing about
they
them.
are-
Nothing about them seems out of place. They look like they're legitimate Corset officers.
Yeah, and I'll
So,
just mutter in comms like heavy armor. They expected a fight.
so is this the Enclave or the Exchange?
The
This is
Enclave isn't a
Corset.
thing. The Exchange is an
Oh.
actual organization.
What was the other?
Enclave was a
the other-
Dark
typo.
Sun
Black Sun.
or Black Sun.
Oh, Dark. Yeah, that's right. Black Sun. What did I say? Enclave. I'm thinking that's
You're thinking
Fallout
Fallout.
4. Sorry.
No, Enclave was my bad. I actually said that, gave it to Dale. Dale repeated it, and
Oh, okay.
Then I
That's
put
where
it-
it came from.
and then I put it in the
Okay,
Okay,
so
Facebook
so
chat. Yeah,
Black Sun.
yeah.
So which
Yeah, that
one
was
do you
my
think
bad.
it is? Black Sun or the Exchange?
The Exchange tipped us off to this. I don't think it's them. So it's probably the Black Sun because they realize that we're getting involved. So if we do something here, to your point, it's going to be seen, which means we'd have to follow and see where they take him and see what we can do after he's taken into custody.
In transit.
Oh, Jerome,
Sorry, guys. Hold on.
did anything come of my bureaucracy roll?
what'd you get?
That was like a 17 or a 19.
17. I
Yeah.
mean, from the sound of things, it sounds like they're operating off of an official tip, so that's not illegal.
Okay.
So I mean, there's you're really hard pressed to find any legality in what it is they're doing. You would probably have to probe further to find out, like, who the source of the tip was, if there was one, or if there was money exchanged for it, that sort of thing.
Would I know what happens next? Like if we're to work
yeah.
within administrative
Yeah, he's going to be
avenues?
he would be taken to the Port Authority jail for the time being for processing.
And there's probably like a bail situation or
Potentially, but based upon the spice at this point, he probably wouldn't be able to get bail. He would probably have to wait until some sort of judge oversaw his oversaw the crime, which means he's going to go to imperial court.
okay. Administratively, is there anything that we can do to grease the wheels, or
You could get him a lawyer. Obviously, that is something.
Could we bribe these guys if we know they've been bribed?
Well, that's something you guys would want to ask in character to one another. But
does Stephen
that's
what
Asada. That's what Asada was going to turn to Nasara and see if she could get a hold of her husband, tell him what is happening, and that he's going to need some big guns.
So Brittany, the other thing I was going to state, I'll let you guys take it from here, or you could, ask your contact.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest, honestly.
Ask him if there's anything he can do, or ask him.
What bureaucracy would tell you? Empire overrules Corsac, and he's an Imperial Port Authority. So basically, I mean, he oversees this section of the docking ring.
But he doesn't want to deal with us anymore, and we don't want to deal with him anymore.
Well, he said he was square because of the information he provided you,
right?
That Lord Torinar had asked for,
right? So you're saying open up new negotiations?
It's a possibility. It's all after a tangle. It's all
about.
Yeah, it's all a tangled web, but it's clear, based on the fact that he dealt with your husband, he has some other agendas, to himself outside of anything else that's going on here. So.
Oh no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Probably should let the house know what's going on, anyways, because one of their lords is
Well, let's see if we can handle it ourselves first.
So at this point, they take the data pad. They take Jarrus's weapons, if he has any on him. They put him in the binder cuffs that you see that so many stormtroopers happen to have on them. Bind them behind his back, and they start just marching him off the port. They've got 2 people still left there who are. Looks like what they're doing is they're cataloging what exactly is in the crates.
Knowing that he was going to get arrested, he would have left his heavy blaster pistol back at EDM and would have just gone with his licensed holdout pistol.
Okay.
Also, Matt, now you have 2 rerolls.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, so I rolled a 26. I guess I was setting up security for my hacking attempt. So now I want to.
You have a good series of firewalls to prevent people from poking in and finding you.
Okay, so now I want to try and get that video footage.
Okay, go ahead.
And he's got a specialized subprocessor, 24 on the first roll.
Yep, so you're good.
Can I put together a video montage of them bringing the spice in and putting it on the ship before our guys get there?
Actually, yeah, you'll have to take some time, but you don't actually see Corsac doing it. And in fact, there's a period of time when you go back far enough, like several hours ago, where it looks like very faintly the feed was put on a loop.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't actually see anybody put it on there.
Can I trace it?
No, unfortunately, because you're just looking at the feed. If you had access to the terminals themselves, you probably could.
Oh, okay.
So are we going on a field trip to hack some terminals?
Well, remember, you got to talk in and out of character. Don't, right now you guys don't know what Montana's doing.
Right.
So back to Brittany then. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I will make another call.
Okay. So it chimes back through, and then you hear this, wait, one moment, and then the door opens and closes again. My lady, I'm very hard pressed right now. I'm very busy. It is. Did you not get the information you needed?
I'm sorry to bother you again, sir. They've taken my cousin on trumped up charges. I don't know how to fight this.
Roll persuade.
You said you had a reroll?
I do have one.
Okay.
$26.
Nice.
Nothing below a 4. Good lord.
Yeah. Woo.
I told you she just became more of a badass.
Dusty.
And so you can hear him kind of groan for a second, and he says, all right. Stay put. I will be down momentarily.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then he hangs up.
Whew. Yeah, I will get on comms and say, our friend is coming to help sort this out. He said to stay put.
Our friend?
Okay.
What friend?
The friend that's not our friend.
Okay, Shada will walk away just so she don't get trigger finger. So yeah, she's gonna walk away a distance. She's not gonna let him out of her sight, but she's not gonna be close enough that if she says something underneath her breath, it won't be heard.
And can then Nasara and Drade move to a spot that's not as like visible to cameras, while still not being too far away?
Possibly. Why don't you go ahead and give me stealth checks? You're going to need, it's not impossible, but you're going to need a difficult. So anybody trying to stay hidden outside of camera, and like make your way to like perhaps a few standing crates or something, in the hangar bay.
Sneak.
Sneak, yes.
Sneak, okay.
Whatever.
Sneaky sneak.
I was like, what is sneak? What's stealth under?
I'm going to comb through the. I also want to comb through other cameras to see if I can find those spice crates being brought in where they didn't think to loop the cameras, like another loading bay or another ship or something.
Sure. Go ahead and give me another check.
I got a 16.
And I got 18.
I'm
Wow.
doing pretty good tonight.
Sarah's going to try and stealth or just walk?
Oh god, I guess I'll stealth too. I mean, I
15.
don't want to be the only one standing out there like a sore thumb.
She's like, guys.
I don't think 15 is enough. I think you need 16 or higher, correct?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Difficult to 16, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you have a reroll, you're going to want to burn it here. If not, then
I do.
Saris is not sneaky.
No.
T4 got a 27 on trying to find.
Okay.
Ooh, I am re-rolling.
I built a hacker
This
bot
is
for a
not
reason.
good, not good, not good.
So while they're re-rolling, Montan, you go look around, and you find that there's only one other camera
21.
that ended up having a very similar glitch where it looked like feed may have been held and looped. But that's it. Whoever did this clearly knew what they were doing.
Okay.
Okay, after this, I have no more rerolls. Just letting you guys know because
Yeah.
I had 2, now I have none.
And
And
Saris
please
has
be
another reroll.
nice. I got a 9, so it didn't really matter.
Okay.
Montan's going to text the group. Well, not. You're going to get an anonymous text that says, except for Jairus. He's not going to send it to Jairus's pad.
Right.
But it's going to say feed was doctored.
Right? Okay.
Okay, so you guys see Jairus being taken away at this point into the secured section for Corsac, and you end up seeing 3 men come walking out, one of which is the lieutenant, and he is flanked by 2 naval, what appear to be I don't want to say they're naval officers, but they're naval seamen. Also in black uniforms, but they have like a singular like black chest piece, kind of like the stormtroopers, with blasters at their side. And immediately Corsac comes to a stop and snaps a salute. And he looks, and he's looking down at like a data pad and looks over to Jairus and then him, and he says, "Excuse me, what exactly are you doing with this person?" And he says, we are arresting him on spice smuggling. We received an anonymous tip." And he says, "An anonymous tip. Interesting. And I'm sorry again, what exactly was your rank?" And so he cringes at this point, and he says, I am, a sergeant, of course, and I yield to the Imperial Navy, sir." And he says, "Yielding to the Imperial Navy would be wise right about now. You just stepped in something that is well above your pay grade, sir." And so, like, at that point, they start to shake a little bit. And he says, he has the 2 men that's with him. He says, he is coming with us for questioning. You are currently relieved of your duty. And they go, "Of course, sir." And they snap a salute at that point. "Thank you for the follow, Power Gaming World."
Nice.
And at that point, they go walking off, and he calls for the rest of his officers to double step away from the scene at this point and to start exiting the hangar area, and then they bring Jairus inside and place him in a cell. Of course, the other 2 guards at this point just kind of stand and watch, and then Nasara ends up getting just a simple text message indicating "come in."
I should probably go alone, right?
Yes,
Maybe
but
should I take Sarah's with me?
we'll stay on the outside. It's going to be strange if all of us go at the same time.
That's what I was thinking.
It
Uh,
wouldn't
but
be
bef-
it wouldn't be strange for you to go in with your bodyguard. So take
Yeah.
one of them.
Uh,
Maybe take Sirius.
before you go, whatever you do before you go, and then he's going to get on comms, be like, "Hey, Montan, that doctored feed, if you could highlight that and then send that to Nasara's datapad." Because it's evidence.
Montan said he's going to be right back.
Okay.
But I'm sure he'll do that when he gets
Hold,
back.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hold, please.
I missed it as
I have
well.
one job on this ship. It's stupid, but I'm going to do it.
Love him so much.
Okay, so Nasara and Saris go walking back through the hangar bay at this point to the detention center for Port Authority. And one of the guards stands, in your way at that point, and the lieutenant says, it's all right. Stand down. And he, looks over some information and, of course, sees the doctored footage come in. And he says, thank you for your, and you can tell he's totally winging it at this point. Mostly because he's citing things that you have no idea what he's talking about. And he says, ma'am, thank you very much for your assistance. It would seem that your friend here was a victim of of hut smuggling. And if I can get you to fill out this witness statement, we will make sure that this goes up the proper chain of authority, and we investigate this further on our end.
Yes, sir. I knew you would appreciate the evidence, sir.
Of course. And so he slides, a data pad over.
I'll begin filling it out.
Okay. Do you want to make another bureaucracy check?
Yeah.
Or if you have law
Let's do
enforcement,
that.
that'll work too.
I do not have that one.
Okay.
Can I add a character point?
You sure can. You can add a character point to any roll you'd like.
And that adds pips?
Yes, it adds just a +1. A force point actually adds 2D.
2D.
And do you still have a reroll?
I do still have one reroll.
Okay.
Okay, I will add one character point, which will bump me up to a 4D. $15.
Okay. So at this point, you, from your previous life, and having seen some charges filed one way or the other, you're able to write this with enough legalese authority that you make it sound pretty official, like you knew what you were doing. Some good eyewitness testimony, words that you knew, like law enforcement would
Keywords,
specifically look for.
buzzwords.
Yeah.
All right. I'll slide it back to him.
Okay. And so at that point, he takes it. He kind of looks it over real quick and kind of nods affirmingly, and he says, release the gentleman in cell number 2, and take the cuffs off of him and return his items. Oh yeah, Obi-Wan Harp. The CP points are that's actually straight out of the book. The force points ones are house rules that I came up with. Because what happens, what I found is if you're spending a force point and you have like say for example you have 5D, you're doubling your die pool. So what's the point in even rolling unless you get a 1? Nothing really. I mean, even if you rolled a 2 and all 1s, you're still passing most everything at that point. So that was my big reason for it. Force points will give you 2 dice. Dark side points will give you triple and automatically give you another dark side point. So at any rate, so Jairus is let out. His items are returned to him, and at this point he signals to other members of the Port Authority to seize the illicit cargo, log it into evidence, and we'll take possession, log it into evidence at that point.
I will head out with Saris like we don't actually know the prisoner because we're just witnesses.
Gotcha. And the
We're not
fact,
associated with him.
okay, and the fact that you guys all have something denoting House Pelagon or House Pelagia, completely.
Pelagon.
Did I forget to take that off
Yep.
today?
Yep.
Okay. In
It-
that case,
It's not a huge deal. It's you already lied to get this far, so I wouldn't sweat that.
okay. Then I won't worry about that.
Okay. And Mike, this request came through just as you stepped away. So we just assumed you did it. Drade asked you to send a copy of the doctored footage that you had noted or that you had noticed to the Imperial Port Authority
Okay.
to basically back up Nasara's story that something was amiss.
Yeah. I will send it to Nasara to send
That's
in.
fine.
Well, either way is fine.
Yeah, but I don't want the Imperials with a record of me sending them something.
Sure, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So then those of us hiding, do we see all three of them
Yes.
exit?
Mhm.
Okay.
And you also see a couple other Imperials step out as they are walking to the ship to basically claim the spice and take it into evidence.
We'll go
Gotcha.
and supervise them doing that.
Yeah, so I mean, it all looks above the board. You've got a couple people in the standard technical outfits of the gray jumpsuit with the black caps, on logging what they see and getting it loaded on repulsor sleds to take out of there, and there are two other guards with them, from the Imperial Navy.
Well, I hope they find out who shoot, what is the word?
Framed.
Framed. Who framed you? Thank you.
Yeah. I think we have a good idea. I think we should check your ship, though, Saris, just to make sure there aren't any other surprises and maybe find out how they got through your ship's security.
Maybe have Montan sweep for bugs.
Or look for more surveillance of the other ship.
Saris, does your skill overlap the skills of figuring out how somebody broke through security?
Electronically? No. I have no competency in electronics.
Okay.
I mean, I can barely get through. Well, I mean, I can barely get through security. I don't know if I can. I can try to figure it out.
I mean, if you're an infiltrator, I was just hoping that that'd be a part of your purview.
Not the actual data spiking, but the actual security part. Let me take a look.
So then, Jerome, once the few pallets are taken away and we're kind of alone with the ship, can we then inspect the ship to see if anything else has been done with it, or figure out how
9.
whoever framed him managed to pop open the lock?
Of course. Right. Search checks.
All right.
Okay.
Interstellar Criminal Syndicate.
Yeah.
Hey, we are an interstellar criminal syndicate too.
And Matt, you're going to need to bring your microphone closer to mouth.
Sorry, knocked it down, I guess.
That's okay.
By the way,
22.
Jairus is very terse, very not speaking, very edgy at the moment.
Mhm.
I got a 22 on the search.
Better than me. 14.
Okay.
What I get? I got a 16 on my search, and then only a 9 on my security.
Okay. Well, those of you who were searching, you can tell that there are no visible signs of a break-in, which means they may have had some sort of an electronic key breaker that allowed them access to bypass security.
So do we
So
need
very
security?
professional.
Okay.
Do we need security to look for bugs?
Yes.
Okay, so that have to be a Montan thing.
I can
So I don't have
try.
any security.
I'll try.
Like you guys can borrow T4 if you want to.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
you'd
Can
have to
you
come
send
get it.
over?
I'm not
Can
going to
can
send
you
him on
send?
his own.
Can you send
t-
over T4?
25 on
Oh,
security.
nice.
Oh wow.
Or she'll just figure it out for us.
Yeah, little Miss Badass.
Or Nasara's going to put on a T4 hat and just calmly say out loud, beep boop boop beep, and look for stuff.
Like, okay, how
Very
did that work?
confidently.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on now.
She's channeling again.
Yeah, Nasaras, you again, this is kind of given your skill set, you're kind of an old hand at some of this stuff, just because you're used to having to be, your head on the swivel, back home, and watching your own self and things that have been bugged. You actually don't find any.
Okay.
Nothing standing out like in the open or out of the ordinary, anything of that nature.
So we're on the ship, right?
Yes.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna message Montan and see if he could look up any information he could find on our new friend, so that we know more about what we're dealing with. If
Our
I'm
new
going
under-
to be
Is that what
new
you're saying
not
in
friend?
text? Our new friend?
yes.
Is he gonna know
Oh,
what that
maybe he
means?
doesn't know. You know what? I'll ask you when we get back.
Our not friend. Can you look up our not friend?
Right. I'll ask you when we get back.
Okay. Anybody find anything on the ship? I didn't.
I'm not seeing anything
Okay.
bug-wise.
You want me to hang back and kind of just stay on the ship for a little while?
If you'd be willing, if they come
Yeah.
back, I kind of doubt that they would try that a second time so soon, but you never know. But now we know what we're up against. They're fantastic
Maybe
at
I
breaking in.
can maybe I can ask around and see if somebody was willingly saw something.
I might
Right.
also think of putting cameras on the outside of the ship, just to
I-
get your own recording.
I think
It's a good
that's
idea.
probably going to be a good idea, Cirrus. We'll have to do that when Dre gets his
Something
wings
closed
back.
networked.
Get you some GoPros.
Mhm.
Yeah. there-
That'll do
A
it.
little
Stick them on the
ring
side,
doorbell.
magnets, a
Space
ring.
Lord, GoPros.
I'll design a droid that can maintain a security view when we're not on board the ship.
You should get a cargo droid like mine.
Just get like a little spider drone that has a camera. It'll just walk around, reposition itself.
Those things always creep me out. But yeah, no, Asada's she's going to stay with the ship, and
Okay.
she's going to nonchalantly kind of walk around the port. She'll ask people if they saw anything unusual happened a few hours ago.
Okay, sure. So
Do I need
you're
to roll?
going around just trying to ask people. You're going to want to roll persuasion.
Okay.
Nasara. Datapad
Yes.
chimes.
What does it say?
It's
Oh, me.
it's an address.
Does the address mean anything to me?
and a time frame.
Where is it?
Looks like it's in the lower levels.
I don't think that was
Who's it
enough.
from?
Ooh,
It's unidentified.
I got a moderate.
How soon is the meeting?
Tonight.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Asada, you're going around asking people that are there. Most people that you're talking to, they like just got in today. They haven't seen anything.
Okay. Yeah, so she's just gonna hang out.
Sure.
Ship. Surprise anybody who decides they're gonna walk back on board again. Yeah.
So, Nasara, how often do you think we can tap your new friend for that type of help? Have you established some sort of relationship here, or
No,
Yes.
really,
Yes, you have.
I'm sorry.
sure? Seems to think you have.
Really, I've just been coasting on my husband's good name. But what I want to ask Monthan when we get back is if he can find out anything about what this man is involved with, that he would work with my husband. Maybe that'll give us a better idea of how far we can trust him, and maybe some levers that we could pull, or some way that we could thank him for what he's been doing for us.
Yeah, because that was a very, very nice favor to get, just like that. I didn't know
Yeah,
if you had something set up ahead of time, or if he just has that much deference to your husband, and so you got to take advantage of that.
that's something I would like to know. Does this address mean anything to you? I'm not sure if this is coming from our new friend, or from
Please
the
stop using that
Undertaker,
word.
or would you rather I used his name?
I'd rather you not use the Empire at all, especially with Black Sun watching us. And so now
Don't
they know
disagree.
we're agents of the Empire.
Well, would that be a bad thing?
Would
To
it
throw-
not?
To throw maybe, I mean, obviously we're not, but
No,
would
we
that-
obviously are, because within 10 minutes of me being arrested, which you all said you were not going to allow to happen, and you were ready to go to blows for it, and you still let me get arrested. 10 minutes after I got arrested, the Empire came in to swoop in and save me. So you are somebody that has so much pull with the Empire that you could stop an arrest as it happened.
Oh, make.
Very publicly.
Oh, I can't say nothing.
You just made our situation 100 times worse.
Well, that, I suppose that's one perspective.
Well, he's a politician.
You've now linked our house to the Empire. You've now linked us and the Empire in Black Sun's eyes and the Exchange's eyes.
I think it remains to be seen.
It was seen very publicly.
Well, it could be a coincidence.
It was public. I think it is going to be hard to say how that would play out and how that's going to be seen. It was dirty, but we've been getting our hands dirty already. I think we just need to manage the dirt and just stop assuming that we're going to be able to stay clean. I know that's a tough pill to swallow, but we have to for now. And Jairus, I apologize that we didn't dive in to save you. When we got there, there were far more than what were shown on the screen. Tactically, I didn't want to get you involved in a fight where you were in a precarious situation being cuffed.
You assured me repeatedly and insisted that you come with me after I said I was going to be arrested, saying we have many ways to deal with this and we will not allow that to happen. And
And
now
then we
not only was
realized
I
they
arrested by
were.
CorpSec, I'm now arrested by the Empire.
But then shown that it wasn't you. You had a criminal record just now,
No.
and now it's being
Shown that
erased.
I was caught up in hut smuggling.
But it's showing that that is actually not the case.
No, that is what Nasara signed off on, is I was caught up in hut smuggling.
Nasara, did you indicate that he was a part of the smuggling or that somebody put
No,
those pellets onto his ship without him knowing?
I attested that he was framed. I have the looped video footage.
And you signed off on his report that I was caught up in hut smuggling.
You keep saying caught up in hut smuggling. I mean,
It's now an open
That's-
investigation. I'm part of an open investigation by the Empire.
I honestly think you're jumping to some legal conclusions. I'm not sure it's actually going to be taken that far, especially with how this was dealt with. Just
I'm
saying.
pretty sure that my contact is going to make this go away.
Right.
Things like this don't go away. They just don't get pursued.
What would you have rather us done?
They were waiting for us. They were in
They
heavy
were waiting
armor.
for me.
No, they were in heavy combat armor. They wanted to fight. They wanted to shoot you down and anyone associated with you.
Exactly, which is why I wanted to originally go alone so that nobody else was caught up into it and tied up into it.
And then
So
you'd be
did you-
doomed. Where do you think you'd be now?
No, then I'd be in the legal system in CorpSec and get a lawyer.
You think they would have stopped there? Like that would have actually worked? Your lawyer
Yes,
would
because
probably
this
be
was
killed.
just a diversion. This was Black Sun trying to throw off the deal.
Well, I'm sorry it wasn't perfect, but not everything is. And I'm sorry that we didn't come to your rescue.
But
in
it
a
would have
mission
been
that
much
would have-
simpler if you had followed through and let me do what I know how to do. You insisted on coming along and being a combat unit and insisted that I was going to not be arrested. And were very disappointed when I say, please don't shoot anybody. But you insisted that that was going to happen. And now we've embroiled ourselves with the Empire, with CorpSec, with Black Sun, with the Exchange, all now having cross information that shows we are more influential and more powerful and a bigger threat than a lone businessman who got hired and was framed and that could have been argued in court.
Well, my thought was, if they now think that we are embroiled with the Empire, first of all, they won't think of us as fighting against the Empire, which protects the Void Hounds. And also, if they think that we've got a bigger dog in our back pocket, don't you think that means that they'd be less inclined to mess with us?
No, it means they take the fight to us, as opposed to just a random businessman who they wanted out of the way. Now we are an active threat.
You think they'll take on agents of the Empire?
They do every day in multiple systems. They are not afraid of the Empire.
Well, I'm sorry. Perhaps I should have waited and just gone with the lawyer option, but I thought I had.
You thought you knew better than me. You thought you knew better than everybody else. You all did. None of you have ever really given me a place on this team, in this squad. I've always been the guy riding the coattails. I finally have some knowledge that applies in business and in law, and you just assume that you know better than I do.
I assumed I was coming to the aid of a teammate. Well, I'll see what this meeting is about, and perhaps it will explain just how deep we are right now.
Did it ask for just you, or you and us?
It doesn't say, Jerome, does it?
No,
Doesn't
it
say
was sent directly
all.
to you, so the assumption there would be it's just you.
Would the assumption be that I would bring at least Saris?
That you can make whatever assumptions beyond that you'd like.
Okay, well, let's get
given
back
the
to
given the fact that she's there in support of you, would be that's fine. Anybody
It
looking
will-
into something
logical.
like that, would find that out quick.
I mean, you are a lady of the house. Having a bodyguard with you is not out of the
Maybe-
ordinary.
maybe Montan can trace this number or glean some further information about this location
Right.
or about the person of interest.
All right. Yeah, let's head back.
Okay. Everybody heads back at this point, and that's where we're going to stop the game for the evening. So we have two things to do real quick. We got to roll monthly XP because we didn't have a game last time, I don't believe. And then we also have to do RP votes. So we're going to start off with Dale, RP vote.
It's gonna go to Matt, especially at the very end. That was some good role play. I liked it.
Okay. Brittany.
I'm going to go with Montan.
Okie doke. Shelly.
Yeah, Matt got it there at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, he sealed it.
Okie doke. Bat.
Brittany for her wheeling and dealing with the Empire.
Mike.
Matt.
Okie doke. And then Callie.
I'll go with Matt as well.
Okay, so Matt, you end up
Yeah.
getting 2 character points to
Yeah, he
add to your
did
character
good.
sheet for the RP vote.
Good job, Matt.
Yes.
That was good. You had me feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good that Jairus has finally spoken up. I like it.
So that is it for Star Wars tonight. Our next game is Mythic Savannah on Friday, the 17th. And then on the 18th, we have Marvel Superheroes. And then on Thursday of next week, the 23rd, we have our Kingdoms of the Shattered Crown, which is D&D. So hopefully you guys will tune into that. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for the follow, for the subs, and we will catch you all again next time. Good night, guys.
We need to roll.
We can do that.
Oh, XP.
Yep, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I could do
Yeah,
that.
Dale, go for it.
All right. So